listening to Taboo Transmission, unfiltered conversations on grief, awakening, and shadow work. I'm your host, Holly Faye. I don't have the answers, but I've lived the questions. Every episode, I share raw stories, unspoken truths, and the messy middle of rebuilding a life that actually fits. This isn't performative healing, it's transmission. Let's get into it. Hi, welcome back to the Taboo Transmission podcast. We got me and Mickey here today. I'm your host, Holly Faye. Forget to say all the things. Anyways, this is going to be an interesting episode because, one, I don't think it can be very long because I don't think I have much battery left on my phone because the amount of time that it took me to get this all set up was ridiculous, and it has been. And that's something that I severely need to work on and plan on it because I know I've been saying this, but yeah, every time I go to record a podcast, I have to teach myself how to do it again. And I don't know where to put this mic. I don't know what's going on with the stuff in my background. Mickey don't know where to sit, I don't know. Anyway, I guess I'm just going to use this episode as basically life update. Where are we? Where are we at? Because I don't really know. What are you doing in the tree? Nuggies. Anyway, he's not sure. He needs his little nap. But okay, so anyways, I hope everybody had a really nice holiday season, a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa. Did you say happy? Anyway, I hope all the holidays were the best. Mine was good. So there's been a lot of significant changes, I should say, since the last time I recorded, which was actually before Thanksgiving. And I did not intend on going that long in between episodes, but yeah, just so much happened. And also just me being technologically challenged. And I reorganized my room, and then there was Christmas stuff everywhere. There just really wasn't a spot for podcasting. And I pretty much took all morning trying to get this stuff set up to the point where I ended up being furious. And now here we are. So I don't know. Sorry about that energy that I'm bringing with me here, but I'm trying not to be as grumpy. And you're going to hear lots of Mickey snoozes and snores and snuggles and gurgles and all kinds of noises. So that's what he's doing. But I quit my job. There, just coming right out with it. That was the big thing. I quit my corporate job, and I don't actually have a formal plan B or I don't exactly know what my next move is exactly. I have some things I've been working on, some things in the works, some things I'd like to explore more. But yeah, so I pretty much just quit because I I had been trying for a very long time to build up to being able to quit, get something going on the side that could help at least jumpstart I don't know what to do with my hands. Jumpstart my career of making money outside of the corporate world. But because of how my job was, in relation to how I am actually designed to operate, which my human design is projector. I don't know if you follow human design, but projectors are non-energetic types, which I had a whole bunch of thoughts about this for quite some time. And I kind of fought it for the longest time. And then got to the point where I just kept trying to do things that I had been taught or the traditional way that you do stuff. And it just was not working. And I think that's really because I'm not designed to operate in the same way that the 9 to 5 structure is. My skills don't come out that way. And so it got to the point where I was trying to do the same thing over and over and over again. And then just realizing that, yeah, I was on my way to insanity, and I the I just had this, like, overwhelming feeling of, like, if I actually remove the thing that's causing the most amount of stress and the most, like, using the most, like, mental bandwidth, then I had, like, full trust that the rest would kinda work itself out, and I say had because now I'm sitting in this weird spot where I had full trust in the universe and in, like, the divine plan, and, like, I don't know, I when I first quit the job, I was like, yes, I felt so free, a little nervous, not gonna lie, I'm not psycho, but I felt more free and I felt, like, full of possibility, and, like, I just really felt like, okay, this is gonna give me the spaciousness to actually be able to, like, formulate what I am meant to do. And not that that's not true, but now it's like, I don't know, I have a different feeling with the universe here. Cause like 2 days before Christmas, I found out that another one of my friends passed away. And I went from, like, being, like, solid with the universe, like, all right, we're gonna trust and everything's gonna work out, to, like, being angry, angry about it, honestly. Like, why? Why did that have to happen? I don't know. I don't know what the answer is to that. I feel like I feel like I have lost a just unreasonable amount of people to have lost at, like, my 35 years on this earth. Like, it just seems like an astronomical amount of loss in, like, this short blip of a lifetime. And I don't get it. I can see how some of them in the past, like, I can see where they led me. I could see, like, even with the one that kind of, like, started this whole podcast, like, I can see, I don't know I don't know how to word this, but it's like, you know, my friend who inspired this entire podcast, like, he didn't die in vain. Like, there was so much good that came out of it, even though it was the worst thing. And, like, maybe that's the case here, but, like, it's too fucking new for me to know. And honestly, I haven't even processed it. It's just been like, I mean, I found out 2 days before Christmas, and then there was still a lot of Christmas stuff to do. And then, you know, just the holidays and, like, not wanting to, like, dwell and be sad. And then, I don't know, like, after Christmas, like, yesterday and the day before, I kind of just got, like, taken out and had to just kind of, I think, probably do nothing. Though I did fight that every step of the way yesterday, which resulted in lots of frustration because resting is not something that I just do well, or yeah, but it is actually essential for everyone. But definitely being a projector, that is part of it. Like, you need rest and, like, time alone, and um it just, that's how, like, the insights and the ideas and creativity, like, flourishes and lands. And I know that this is true because I have tested it sometimes, probably accidentally, but yeah. Anyway, so yeah, that was the I guess that is the tension that I've been sitting with, is, like, on one hand, having full trust and faith that everything's gonna work out, and on the other hand, being kinda really mad and not understanding anything. And I guess that's just kind of been the theme of the year. So, like, let's talk about that, I suppose. Because, like, that's been the thing. Like, every like, I don't know, so often just the word duality has come to mind. Like, it's just been like these two tension points that I've just been sitting in between. all year. And like, I don't know. Me and my boyfriend have also seen like a ton of foxes, like whenever we're together. And when I look that up, like foxes represent duality. And I'm like, okay. Which makes sense because a lot of the stuff that I had to process this year was um relational. And not in the sense that like I don't mean like anyone did anything wrong or anything. It's just more like the stuff that I didn't really know was a problem with me was definitely highlighted. Like my insecurities definitely rose to the surface. And that is kind of like I mean that's what relationships do. They they mirror their mirrors and like whatever is unhealed and unprocessed and needs to be, it's gonna eventually come up. And that happened a lot this year. And like I am actually grateful that it did. Granted, I did not love going through any of it in the moment. Um, but I see how a lot of it was actually constructive and did help. Some things had to be revisited multiple times before I would actually get it, but something cute I do. Um, but yeah, so I guess I quit my job. I don't really have a real plan, except that I know that I definitely want to do something creative. And like now, how I'm looking at it is like, because chances are I'm gonna have to take like another job that is like before I actually have my own thing off the ground. I'm sorry if the Mickey snoring is too much for the audio. Maybe I can clean it up. Maybe I can't. I don't know. Um, I just lost my train of thought. Um, oh yeah. So now the question that I'm going to be asking myself, like when I go to take a job, is does this support my long-term goals or not? Like, does it hinder them or does it support them? And if it's something that's like a little bit more of a stressful job or like more mentally demanding, I guess, then it needs to be something that's going to like enhance a skill for me. That's kind of how I'm looking at it. I mean, granted, I might just have to take whatever. Like maybe I'll end up just being a barista at Starbucks and like no shade to that. But that might happen. Who knows? But like, yeah, I'm kind of thinking like either something that doesn't require a ton of like mental and emotional stuff from me just to get cash or like just to pay my bills or something that is going to actually stretch me but it will be for the greater good. Like I don't know, I saw jobs for like an assistant like producer for like video content, which granted I am terrible at right now, but like it would be great if I wasn't. It would really help my long-term goals if I knew how to do that stuff. So yeah. um but also this year, this is just me riffing. I don't know. This is just be a wild amount of topics that I don't know if I can even go super in depth in on at this moment. So my apologies. But this year, another thing about it was that it was a 12th house profection year for me. And that's a term like in astrology. And like basically every year has like an overarching theme based on the like numbered cycle that it goes in, and it goes like 1 through 12. So like a 12th house here is a little heavier just in general, but like I have a stellium in my 12th house in Capricorn. So like it's extra. I know that that's probably sounds foreign if you're not like well versed in astrology, and my apologies, but basically the 12th house is like your hidden um subconscious patterns, like dreams. It's like the unknown stuff that you just kind of do. It's your subconscious and like yeah. So, and I have like most of my like personal planets there. So I have Venus, Mercury, Neptune, Uranus, and Saturn. Is it 5 or 6? There might be one more. I'm not remembering at the moment, but I have a lot of them in there. So I have a lot of them in the realm of like, I don't know, which I've dove into like a lot of like interpretations of this over the last year because, like, I mean, again, a lot of this stuff was coming up nonstop. It's like basically like my emotions will like build up and pressurize inside of me, and then they all come out at once. Hi, here we are. We are here ready for the party that you probably didn't want. So they show up unannounced, uninvited. And it's like a lot, in my opinion. And I've tried to like not do this or like, I don't know. I've tried to be different about it, but like it turns out that that's just literally how I am wired to process per like deep dives analyzing my birth chart. It's like that I kind of am designed to like have all these things kind of build up in the unknown and then they kind of all spill out and I go, okay, let me sort this now. Which just imagine dating me. Like my boyfriend's a saint. Um, I'm not that bad, but like I can be. And yeah, so I've been working on processing that. But like anyway, the themes of a 12th house year is like heavy on the shedding. It's releasing any of the unconscious patterns and stuff that like isn't helping. Don't want to carry that forward. And yeah, there's been a lot of that. And then not to mention like this year has also been like a 9 year in like the Chinese zodiac. So like it's the year of the snake, which is heavy on shedding it also. So it's been a big shed. And like one of those things left to shed was my corporate job that I've wanted to quit for 5 years. And like maybe not the day that I did it, but like the day after, I was like, when I started feeling like way more free, I was like, wow, I could have given this to myself so long ago. But I just kept telling myself I couldn't. I kept telling myself I can't do that. I have to be responsible. I have to like know my next moves. I need to like line everything up. And like, yeah, that's smart and like probably should have. But like also, it was just so freeing to be able to be like, I I can just I can just leave. Like I can just leave and I can figure it out after. And like I can just kind of remember that like I'm actually pretty scrappy. And like when I need to figure stuff out, I do. Because stuff will work out when it has no other option. And I used to like pride myself on that. I used to do that. I used to love like jumping in with both feet. I used to love starting over. I used to love all these things that now I don't know. I've just like struggled with. I'm like, where did I go? Where am I? But I don't know. Maybe that's like age, getting stuck in like comfort zones. I don't know. But it was like so freeing. And like I realized like I could have given this to myself like so long ago. But like I did feel like I needed permission. But I got it. But I could have given myself permission like 5 years ago and just like dealt with the consequences and I would have figured it out. But I was in the mode of like, I'm going to avoid conflict at all costs, and costs were to me. So that was a lesson learned. And who knows, maybe I'll fall on my face. It's not even like finished yet. I'm like, technically this week I would have been on vacation. So I still don't like totally know if I feel unemployed yet. Cause like I would normally be off anyway right now. Um, so yeah, stay tuned. Hopefully I don't like just, I don't know, spin out over the next several weeks. We'll see. Just kidding. I won't. Um, but yeah, part of what I plan on doing is working on podcasting. I don't know that I'm going to be releasing a ton of episodes in this period because like going along with the 12th house year, I'm also in my 12th house season in the 12th house year because like it's Capricorn season. I have all those planets in Capricorn. Capricorn's in my 12th house year. this is like the home stretch. I'm not expecting to get out of this month unscathed. I feel like whatever is left come up that needs to go, it will. And I can like I can choose to not believe that that's true and be blindsided, or it could just like, like, okay, noted. We'll see what that is when we get there. I'm sure we will. But it's also like my 12th house season is also like a deep rest period. It's probably the biggest one, which makes sense because it's like the dead of winter. And it's like after the holidays. Granted, some of them were like during them, but now is kind of the perfect time for rest. Wow. That Mickey's catching up on his rest currently. Um, so yeah, I don't know that I'm gonna be like releasing a bunch of episodes or like pushing super hard, but my plan is to take this rest season and like audit my foundations and like maybe create some procedures or something for myself so that like I don't have to like teach myself how to podcast every time I go to podcast. Um yeah, rest cycles are really good for like learning. And I didn't even like say how I got any of this, the rest cycles and all that stuff. It's a methodology that I follow from Kesley Hall. If you don't follow her, I highly recommend. But she has this whole like framework for mapping out your year for all the zodiac seasons to um certain energetic phases based on your chart. So the idea is so that like when you're in a, sprint season, like which would be like a pushing or like launching or like, a period of like high activity, it's actually supported in your chart by like your placements. So like you naturally do feel more energy during that time. And then like it's followed by like a walk so that you know that there's an end. So you're not just endlessly pushing, which is what I used to always do and just burn out and then be a puddle on the floor crying, going, what happened? So like I'm really trying out this new method. Um I've been, following along with her for years and I've been trying to like put this into place like over the last year like way more seriously than I ever had before. And like it is a process and I'm still adjusting to it, but it kind of seems perfect to have quit my draining job during, you know, Capricorn season and now it is like a real true rest phase because like there's no job anyways. But also I need to like not take this time to try to do every single thing on my list that I want to do, which is what I do want to do, but I don't because I know that that's going to have repercussions that are not nice because I've done that before many, many times, every time, really, every time. So I need to try to like keep telling myself it's okay to rest and like being like resting is actually productive. You can see as I rolled my eyes at myself while saying it that clearly I have some work to do on that. But yeah, I'm going to work on my podcast foundations. There's so much that I want to do with this show and I really want to make it a lot better than it is. And so that is one of my focuses for my unemployment. And then also working on writing the novel that I've been writing. I don't even know if I ever even mentioned that I'm doing that. I might have in like the first episode, but anyway, yeah, I am. I've been working on writing a novel, though very kind of inconsistently working on it that I would like to get more consistent with. And yeah, I'm just gonna set this 2026 goal right out the gate is that by the end of 2026, I hope to have a finished manuscript, even if it is like the draft that I submit to publishers, but like the first manuscript done. That's my intention on putting that out there. And then also revamp this podcast a bit. Not revamp it again. Well, yes. Yes and no. But yeah, I want, like I said last time, I wanted to have like guests on and I wanted to make that form. I didn't get to that. Shit's been crazy, but definitely plan on doing that. And I guess processing all the other things. Yeah, when I decided to make a podcast on grief, I totally didn't think it was gonna be like I thought it was gonna be, stuff I've already processed, like the grief that I've already gone through, not like brand new, unprocessed, fresh grief. But here we are. I don't know. I think I'm still in shock. I haven't really cried all that much because I haven't really given myself a whole lot of time to do that. I've just kind of thrown myself into like random projects, which is classic of me. Um, and then I've gotten really frustrated at those projects because that's never what it was about. But that's where I put my energy anyway. Um, yeah, I think I have to kind of wrap this up because my phone's going to die. I also need to move my car. And this took so long to set up that I really need to just go do other things. But this is my life update episode. And yeah, I feel like there's probably so many things I wanted to say that I didn't remember to. And that's gonna have to just be fine. I'm also like really still working on releasing uh perfectionism for being a perfectionist. It's deep. It's deeply ingrained, so it's tricky. But I feel like that's so many people's problem anyway. Like I feel like we all have a certain way that we want things to look or be, and when it doesn't go that way, it's frustrating. And it's hard not to get mad about that, but I'm trying not to be as negative and angry. Anyway, okay. Um, so yeah, I hope you all had a great holiday season. I hope that you have a happy new year. I don't know if I'll have another episode published before that. Probably not. It's unlikely that I will come out with another one in this year. So this is probably the last one of the year. And then once, if there is a break, my apologies. When I resume, if I take a break, it will be ready to go. Like, we'll have it down. I might need to take a little beat to school myself on all things podcasting, equipment, video, all the different softwares I have. Okay. Yeah. Can't think of anything else. So if you stayed through this whole episode, thank you. Bless you. You are a saint as well. And I love and appreciate you. And I will talk to you in the next year. Bye.